to my channel. I know it's been a minute, but I'm back now, and if you read that title, then y'all already know what we here for today. Okay, so over the past 2 weeks, some of our faves have had some eventful things happening, and of course we're going to get into all of that tea today because we just so happen to have front row seats. That is, if you are tuned into social media. So while we get into all that tea, I'm going to do my makeup with y'all, a little small get ready with me. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So before I get started, I'm going to go in with my CBD cream by Coda Cleanser or Coda Skin. I actually have the entire set and it is working. I had really bad hormonal acne when I got pregnant, and I'm trying to get my skin back on track a year later. Some of the spots have cleared on its own, but I've been using the Coda Skin to speed up the process, and it's working, especially like over here in this area because that's mostly where all of my acne was coming from. Y'all don't mind my nails. I'm going to get them done this week. I'm missing 2, so yeah, I'm about to go in with this, and then we're gonna get into the topics. So into these topics. So if you guys watched my last smoking chat video that I did, I mentioned the situation that went down between Sabrina Peterson, I think that's her name, and T.I. and Tiny. So since that video has went up, Sabrina has, well, T.I. took it upon himself to put out a song or album or something like that, titled "This Is What It's Come To," and he's basically talking about the victims that came out and said that him and Tiny were doing illegal things to them sexually. Since that song came out, Sabrina took to her Instagram and gave them an ultimatum: 7 days to come out with an apology and she will go away. So that's what she got on her live and said. She was saying that all of it could, you know, she'll drop all of it if he come out and apologize and all that stuff. So T.I. did his video for the song that I just mentioned to you guys, and in the video he's basically making a mockery of Sabrina. He has a lady in the video portraying to be her. He also has people in the video portraying to be the victims, like they're trying to get a come up or whatever. And my thing is, I don't think that he spoke to his lawyer about that, because any and I'm using an eyebrow pencil by Kiss New York. All products will be in the description box anyway, even if I don't mention it, because I'm trying to get these topics out to y'all, so I really don't have time to mention every product. But anyway, so I don't think he spoke to his lawyer, because anybody will tell you, like, if you are in the middle of an investigation, a situation like this, it would behoove you to just shut up and let justice do its thing, right? Don't come out with a video mocking these girls, right? And I say that because I feel like though everybody is not being honest, all of the, and by them I mean everybody, I mean the girls that were accusing him, though I feel like all of those girls were not being honest and some might have been lying, I don't feel like everybody was lying, because for one, if you are an Atlanta native, then you know how T.I. and Tiny get down. You know they don't mind doing a threesome. And then not even just that, it's too coincidental. It's okay, I can see if it was one girl coming out with a statement, even 2, maybe even 3. But it was just, and I don't even know the actual count, but I know it was way past 4 from my understanding. So Yeah, I don't feel like that many girls that don't know each other, don't live in the same area, same city or state, coming out with the same type of story that are um, in comparison to the first couple of victims that came out, right? And Sabrina, when she was getting on the live, she was saying, "Come out and apologize for putting a gun to my head and all of that." Why do he need to do that? I mean, honestly, because you already took the lie detector test that came out and said that you were being honest about him putting a gun to your head. Why would you want him to apologize to you for that? If he's not actually sorry for putting a gun to your head, I wouldn't see the need for an apology, because in that case, it's phony. I will only want somebody to apologize to me for something when they know they have really wronged me and they actually feel that. Not because I'm asking them to, because their head is up on the chopping block, right? So yeah, I just don't feel like Ti should have went about the video that way. I still think they should have remained silent, which they have been remained silent this whole time. That's why Shakana and Tiny are at odds, because Shakana got on there running her mouth, and I'm so fed up with Shakana. I'm not even finna get into that because she is just really, really messy lately. I've been getting up on her lives where she be live first thing in the morning, and I get on the live and she's cussing, shaking ass, and just talking like so nasty and negative. Like, I just can't. Like, you looking for people to get on your live and hate on you so you can have something to talk about, and I don't like energy like that, and that's why I'm fed up with her. And Shakana used to be one of my favorite people, especially when she was on the show with Ti and Tiny, and when she was on Love and Hip Hop. But now she is just really striking me as messy boots, and it's swaying me. I don't like it at all, but it's not about her right now. So yeah, I don't think it was who of him to get up there and do that video like that, because they could potentially use that against him. And I'm saying this because although they probably didn't rape anybody or everything was consensual, it was one girl that said that she was drugs, and when she woke up, her butt and her vagina was in pain because T.I. didn't have sex with her or Tiny. He passed her off to one of his friends and let him do whatever he wanted to do with her all night. And when she came to, she realized that it wasn't them that she had relations with, it was somebody else. That's messed up. And that's exactly what I mean by all of the stories are similar to each other, but you know, they're different in their own right, but it's still in conjunction to the all of the accusations. It's still in conjunction to the accusations that were brought upon him. You get what I'm saying? So that's not good, and you're supposed to stay silent. And whoever his lawyer is, I suggest he find another one, because any lawyer of mine that does not keep it a buck with me when it come down to shit like that, like somebody should have told him, like, bro, don't put that out. You don't need to do that. You know, it's not gonna work in your favor. I mean, it could work against you, you know. But he didn't do that, and I just think it's real messed up, because now you have bigger fish to fry. And my whole thing with that was, I felt like, me personally, not that the issue had went away, because y'all know they did get well, they did overcome those charges in LA. I think it was in LA or Vegas that the girl was trying to accuse them for, so they're good on that. So I guess he feeling cocky and all up in his chest, so he want to drop a song, but still, that's legally, that's not how you supposed to do it. And it kind of reminded me of the shit Tory Lanez pulled when it came down with him and Megan. That's what it kind of reminded me too. Like, y'all gotta stop. Just let justice work. Like, if you know you didn't do anything, don't make a mockery of the situation. Don't do that. Especially when you know deep down inside that all of the statements are true, but you know you still have some skeletons in your closet that you would potentially not want to get out there. I say that that video was a bad move, just me personally. And I'm gonna finish my eyebrows right fast so I can focus, because I need these to be right. And I'm using a Clinique concealer in the color Ginger. clean up the top of my brows using my Fenty Beauty foundation, the Pro Filter in the color 420. I actually need some more of that, so I'm probably going to place an order for some more tonight. So, in conclusion with that, with the whole T.I. and Sabrina thing, I feel like T.I. just keep your mouth shut. Let your attorney that you're paying for do his job so that you can move past this situation. If what you saying is, you know, if you saying that it didn't happen and it actually didn't happen, I mean, who am I or anybody else on YouTube that's saying otherwise? Who are we to say, you know, what happened, because we wasn't there? So I'm gonna always give benefit of the doubt with a slight eye, because like I said, if you're from Atlanta, you know how they get down. So I'm not gonna put too much past y'all, and just shut up and let these people do their job and let justice do its work. And if you are found to be telling a lie and the girls are found to be telling the truth, you should get all of the consequences. You and Tiny, you all should get all of the consequences that's coming your way, because that's not right. And y'all have kids, y'all have daughters. I'm sure, super sure, that y'all wouldn't want them coming into contact with nobody like y'all. And so with that being said, we're going to move on to our next topic. So I was finna say Sabrina. Safaree and Erica, it came out a couple days ago that the two are deciding, well, Erica filed for a divorce from Safaree, and y'all know that Erica is pregnant right now. She's due next month. And so this situation, when I first heard about them getting when she filed for a divorce this time, I was just like, okay, whatever, because it came out one time before that they was finna break up and get a divorce, and she did the whole stunt with the roses, breaking the vases and stuff out on the floor, putting it on Instagram. So I was just like, okay, girl, I see it. When I see it, that's when I believe it. But then stuff started coming out about how she wanted primary custody of the kids, full custody of the kids. And Safaree was like, no, like, you can have the house, just take my name off whatever, any responsibility having to do with the house. You can have the house, I don't care. I just want to be able to have some type of custody of my kids. And this is where I say, y'all have, men and women, y'all have to be careful who y'all lay down and make babies with, because of this situation right here. I hate for a woman to use the kids as collateral damage when her and a man aren't seeing eye to eye. And I hate for a man to be involved in a situation where he's actually trying to be a good dad, because anytime I done seen Safaree on Instagram, granted, this is from the outside looking in, you never get the full story with social media, but from the outside looking in, Safaree is a great father. I'm not understanding why she would want to keep him from his kids. And I feel like she's doing it out of spite. I don't feel like she's doing it for valid reasons. I feel like it's all out of spite because the situation with her and Safaree did not go right. And me personally, I feel like it was never going to go right. It was never going to survive. Why? Because their personality, Safaree is corny as fuck, and Erica is a sack chaser. That was never going to work. Safaree ain't got enough cash for her. For one, let's just be clear. So that's why she's trying to get these babies to secure this bag, I feel. Personally, that's just me. Hey. And I feel like it was just never bound to work. I felt like he had a better connection. I feel like he had a better connection with Juju, the dark-skinned girl that used to date Cameron. I feel like he had a better vibe with her than he did with Erica Mena. So when they even said anything about them dating, it kind of took me by surprise because I'm like, okay, that's such an odd pair, but to each his own, right? And now we see that it ain't all what it cracked out to be. Now it's being said that Safaree is asking the judge to please allow him, to make Erica allow him to be in the room when she gives birth, because he don't think that she will. He don't even feel like she'll tell him when she's in labor, and he want to be there for the birth of his child, which any real father would. I'm not understanding why he wouldn't want to be there, and why she would even expect for him not to want to be there. But like I said, being spiteful, it's no telling what she would do at this point. And so now he's asking for the judge to kind of like grant him permission to actually be there. I'm going in with the eyeshadow primer. And Spice just went on Wendy Williams and for an interview, and Erica Mena told Spice to relay a message to Wendy for her, and the message was that Wendy was right about Safaree, and Spice didn't know what that meant initially, but then Wendy Williams cleared it up for her and let her know what it is that she meant. And basically she told Erica to leave Safaree alone, get a divorce, and she said that she actually does like Safaree, but she just didn't feel like I said, like they were a good pair. And at the end of the day, who's for us to say, right? But at the same time, we've seen Erica Mena in action. We've seen the different relationships with her and how they turned out, and we just kind of knew. We kind of knew at that point that it wasn't gonna work out. But I just feel bad because now the kids are going to be affected because Safaree is scared that he won't be able to be in the room when she, delivers his child. And I just feel like, once again, I'm going to say this, y'all have to be careful who y'all lay down and have babies with. Because if not, you're going to be in a situation like this where you and your child's, the other child's parent, y'all have a hard time co-parenting, because at this point we already know it's finna be a hard time with them co-parenting, just because it's Erica Mena we talking about. She is so difficult and childish. I don't understand why they even took a chance on this. I don't understand why they even took a chance on this, but hey, they did it. So I just feel bad for them. I hope they're able to come to some type of agreement. I'm going in with the black eyeliner pencil. I hope they're able to come to some type of agreement for the kids' sake, because a court custody battle is no joke. Okay, so I'm about to go off camera to, let me see, put on my lashes, and then I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. So our last and final topic for today is Lala Anthony and Carmelo. So about 2 or 3 days ago, I seen on Instagram that Lala filed for a divorce, which I thought that she had already did that a long time ago, but I guess well, clearly You know, they were quarantining together when the pandemic first hit and all that stuff. So now it's, and y'all know that it was said that Carmelo had a side baby, and Lala basically didn't allow the baby to come around. She didn't like for him to interact with the baby, and he didn't. And if y'all not following Gossip of the City, I suggest you do that, because I mention them all the time in my What's the Tea videos. That's where I get most of my celebrity tea from, because I know it's legit, and I can trust it without spreading false information. So if y'all not following Gossip of the City on Instagram, I suggest you do that today. But yeah, I seen on there where they was saying that basically he was threatening the girl if she even decided to put information out about the child that they share together. And Fee put it out anyway, because she felt like, you know, it wasn't right, and the baby deserved, you know, just as much attention as, you know, his other kid that he had with his wife. And so it didn't stay up there long, because she ended up taking it down, because she didn't want nobody bashing the mom and all that. So now it's being said that Carmelo is messing around with Lee Daniels' niece. And Lala done filed for divorce, but she got her own man. They say, honey, they've been booed up for the last little couple of months. So I mean, they both found them somebody new. So I guess, I hope it's not no hard feelings if both of them doing their own thing on the side. I hope it's no animosity there, because why, if both of us are doing our own thing? So it's also being said that he has a set of twins, and apparently one of the twins has health issues, and he had the girl fly to Germany to have the baby, so that he could get them I don't know if it's called a green card there, but y'all know what I'm talking about if I say a green card. So that's where the twins are, and it was some screenshots that came out between him and the girl, and the girl was actually saying like, when are you gonna stop ignoring his health issues, and I've been calling you and stuff like that. I'm gonna try to post the screenshots in this video so y'all can see it. And I'm using my MAC lipstick and the color Whirl as in like whirl, like a curl whirl. So yeah, it's been said that the baby got health issues and he won't see the baby or something like that, and the girl is fed up and all that. Now on one token, I'm like, well, you knew he wasn't shit, because we all know Carmelo not shit. Somebody called me and interrupted me, but yeah, we all knew Carmelo wasn't nothing, because this wasn't the first time that Lala has filed for a divorce from him. So, and he was cheating, so clearly, like, we knew he was not worth 2 rusty nickels. And the fact that she took him back and allowed him to have more kids on her, and regardless if they doing their own thing now, baby, you still stay with him, your name was still attached to him because y'all were legally still married. So yeah, like, I don't even understand why she just did that situation when she had the opportunity to the first time when she first filed for a divorce. I don't know what made her take him back, because they were separated for a good little minute the first time, from what I can remember, and that was years ago. So I wish them the best, and I hope that he steps up and be in his kids' lives, because they did not ask to be here. And you should have wore protection, or should have made her take a plan B or something to ensure that you did not have these issues in the long run, or you should just not have cheated if you are still legally married to someone, you're in the public eye, your spouse is in the public eye, I think you should be smart enough to avoid situations like that. But you're not avoiding them because you don't want to avoid them. You want to keep messing around. And now he up there messing with Lee Daniels' niece, got her all up in the house that him and Lala shared. Like, just mad disrespectful. I can't. So you guys, that is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you was able to learn a couple of makeup tips from me, even though, you know, I really didn't do it step by step. I hope you enjoyed these topics. Follow me on Instagram at forever.jazz_. You can follow my business page at Urban Luxury OFB. You can follow me on Snapchat at allthat.jazz_JASS. Continue to be bold, brave, and beautiful, and I will see each and every one of y'all in my next one. Peace out.